welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to talk about just a bunch of anime that I watched maybe for the last 6 months or so. Since I only watched them once, I may have forgotten some of the characters or the main character, but I'm going to do my best to share the main plot. And so we're going to start with Raven of the Inner Palace. I do have their merch right here. She's our main character named Ryu, I believe. So she's the Raven of the Inner Palace. She has like mystical, like, I wouldn't say dark arts, but she does deal with like certain power, especially around the palace. So yeah, she has power. Basically, sometimes the emperor would visit her and would ask her to do some investigation around the palace, especially mostly like supernatural, like spirits and ghosts. So a lot of people compare this to Apothecary Diaries. It is sort of similar, but of course the main plot is different. I think it takes almost the same time as Apothecary Diaries, especially the character design. I really like this anime. It's quite funny. It's a big fantasy. And yeah, so our main character, Yu, she pretty much like has an area that's very secluded away from everybody. She does like not really entirely obey the emperor because she made a deal. Well, not she, like the first Raven made a deal with the first emperor about, certain things that she wanted a certain way. Anyway, Ryu, she would go around the palace to investigate if there's like maybe a ghost that's been around, or maybe a ghost that's been hunting certain people. But yeah. And then little backstory of the Raven of the Inner Palace. So basically, like 100 years ago, there was this bird who came from another world and then decided to use a girl as a vessel. And ever since then, all different like girls become Raven, and she became a Raven when she was pretty young. And I forgot how she was chosen to become Raven. But yeah, I need to definitely rewatch this anime because I really like it. I hope I did my best to explain that. It's just a big fantasy about her investigating around the palace because she has powers. So it is very similar to Apothecary Diaries, but a little bit different, of course. I definitely recommend this show if you like Apothecary Diaries, or if you like anything supernatural and, with mystical powers. So that is Raven of the Inner Palace. Next, we have No Longer Allowed in Another World. I've talked about this in my reading lab because I have read the manga. It's still ongoing. They have a first season from the manga, and so it's an isekai. Our main character with his beloved, they did something together. There's some trigger warning from the anime, just letting you know. And he thought that it was the end of it, but then he got reincarnated, and of course he was very disappointed because he doesn't want to live any longer than he thought. And now that he's been separated by his beloved, that's his one goal, to find her. And so at the same time, he has to like go on this adventure, like fight monsters, and because this is a big adventure as well as fantasy, it's quite funny, but there are some trigger warning because he doesn't want to live. He just want to like find his beloved, but at the same time, like he finds ways to just about his life. I don't want to say certain word because it might be a trigger warning, but yeah, No Longer in Another World. So he has a special power where he can send like not adventure, like another worlder to go back to their world. That's basically his power. And the people, his main enemy is basically people from another world who wants to rule this world, and so it's his job and his comrades to really stop them. So yeah, again, it's a big fantasy. They go on this big adventure. I like it. It's quite funny. And so next we have is called Osan Newbie Adventure. I really like this one is because it's sort of relatable. Our main character, Osan, he is in his early 30s. He decided to become an adventurer later in his time because growing up, he thought he didn't have power, so he became a guild receptionist. This is not an isekai, but it has that almost very similar isekai where you have like a guild and an adventure. Anyway, he became a guild receptionist until one day he was trying to save the village. Then all of a sudden he has this power that's been hiding inside him, and then ever since then he's been training hard with this other 3 top ranker adventurer S rank I think. And after that, he decided to sign up to become an adventurer. At first, people were like mocking him, making fun of him because he's in his 30s, but they definitely underestimated him because once he entered the contest, because you have to fight, other adventurer in order to pass, like his power is very, very like he doesn't really have power. It's more like strength and like certain skills. But yeah, like everybody was in shock that he is really good and he has some skills. And so he did pass the test. Now the main goal of his comrades and Ozan is to kill the Demon King, but in order to do that, they have to find him. Apparently he lives in another world, and now they're trying to collect all these stones to they're gonna use the stones to enter this world where the Demon King lives. I forget if he is a Demon King, but that's basically the main plot. I really like this story because again, it's so relatable. This anime is very inspirational because in life people start late and it's okay. Like it don't matter when you start, it don't matter how old you are, as long as you're very like passionate. And so that is Osun Newbie Adventure. All right, I've talked about this two Donghua called Heaven Official Blessings. It's a big fantasy. It's just basically about gods, and then our main character Shillian, he was sent down to Earth to investigate, and so you got like zombies and like dark spirits, and then along the way he meets this one of the four kings, and his name is Hua Cheng. But then Hua Cheng knows Shillian for a long time, about 800 years. Like he's been trying to find Shillian. So it is like a BL, but very censored BL Donghua. It is based on the Danmei. I really like this Donghua. It's a bit of a slow pace but a really good storyline. And then another one is called Mo Dao Zushi. This one is very similar, but like instead of gods, these guys are called cultivators or exorcisms. So their job is to basically try to figure out why all these undead are coming alive, like zombies. And our main character is Wei Ying. So he has a bit of a history of using dark arts, and then something happened to him and then he got reincarnated. And once he was reincarnated, a lot of like weird things happening, and now he's trying to figure out why all these undead are coming, alive, and it happened to be led by a certain someone. And he's also trying to figure out what caused all the things that happened in the past, and especially his death. And then you got his partner named Lanzan. Oh my god, I love this Donghua. It's more fast-paced than Heaven Official Blessing. It has only 3 seasons, so it is finished at Donghua, while HOB, which is Heaven Official Blessing, is still ongoing. So yeah, definitely recommend both of this Donghua if you wanted something different aside from anime. And then next we have called Guild Receptionist. It's like another adventurer guild. So we have our main girl. She's a guild receptionist. However, actually that's not the whole title. It's guild receptionist something something. So basically our main girl doesn't like overtime, and so she has power, and in order to avoid overtime she would go on like a secret mission and kill monster on her behalf, because some of the guild adventurers don't really do their job well, and so sometimes she has to end up doing overtime and doing all paperwork. Yeah, it's quite funny and I like the story. Now most of this like Isekai or adventure or guild, my husband watched them and he kind of recommended me to watch it. So my husband watched so much anime more than me because I'm more like a manga reader, and so he would like give me some lists to watch, and that's why I started watching Osan, Guild Receptionist, and sometimes I would recommend him which anime he should watch it. But anyway, really funny. It's another big adventure, big fantasy. So our main girl, again, she's a receptionist, except she doesn't like overtime, and so she goes out there to kill monster for other adventure. But yeah, definitely recommend with this one as well. It has only 1 season. A lot of the other animes that I mentioned has only 1 season so far, except for MDZ. And the last one is called The Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic. Now this one is an isekai. You got 2 other students and then the main character. All of a sudden they get transferred to another world. So this is not really an isekai, but because usually I think isekai you have to be reincarnated. Is that supposed to be? But anyway, so they got transferred because they were called upon. There's a word for it. I forgot the name of it. But anyway, summoning. Yeah, they were summoned. Actually, it was supposed to be this two student who got summoned, and somehow he just got summoned with them. And at first, he thought he doesn't have power, but he has power. His power is actually more special than other power, and that is healing, because they don't have much healers in this world. And so now he's being trained by this lady. She's also a healer, but the training is very like intense, and he has to find a way to use his healing magic, because at first he really had a hard time. And of course, the main goal of this story is to kill the demon king or the demon army. Of course, he does face like his first mission, and basically, yeah, his job is to heal but fight at the same time, because other healers, didn't make it, or like they just don't have enough healers. So I recommend also this one. It's only one season. Oh, there's another one that I forgot to mention in the list. So yeah, besides, the wrong way to use healing magic. I'm sorry, I'm kind of like all over the place. Yeah, it's not really an isekai, it's sort of an isekai. So basically, our main character, he's a healer, and it's a very important job, especially in this kingdom, because they don't have that much healers. So I recommend this anime for sure. Another one that I forgot to put in my list is Campfire in Another World. That is not the right title. I definitely need to put it on the screen. So this one is an isekai. He got reincarnated, and again he was sort of summoned, and then they found out that he doesn't really have a special power, but he does. His power is basically online grocery shopping, because I guess back in his world he likes to maybe go grocery shopping, or he likes to cook. So in this world, like, he cooks and he buys all his ingredients online. Like there's a screen for him to choose whatever ingredients he wants, and then along the way he meets this he hires like this adventurers, because he needs some escorts. Then along the way he meets this it's not I guess he's like a wolf. There's his name, it's like a Fenrir or oh my god, I'm so bad at remembering things. But yeah, it's like a big wolf, and he decided to join his company. And then after whatever he needed to do, this wolf like stayed with him because they made a contract. And then yeah, they just go on an adventure. He makes food for himself and the wolf, and then they do meet a slime that also becomes like his friend. And yeah, it's a really cute isekai. I like this one because it's kind of interesting how he can able to buy ingredients from his world, but he's cooking it in another world. And yeah, it's so cool. I'm gonna be honest, so I definitely need to put the title on the screen. But yeah, it's another big adventure isekai. I love this one because he just cook whatever he wants and buy whatever he wants online, except it's not like in his real world. But anywho, that is all the anime that I watch. There are some that I could mention right now. To Be Hero X, because that's a new Donghua for me. I really like this one. It's another big fantasy where you got a bunch of heroes. However, the way it works is they have this thing called trust. Basically, it's getting manifested by the people, and then when people like start calling your name, then you gain trust from them, and that's how you get your power. And then suddenly you get this numbers on your wrist. So To Be Hero, like, it's based on like different characters. It talks about like their backstory, but I'm gonna be honest, To Be Hero X is really nice, but at the same time it's so messed up because the hero, I would say, are getting exploited by this company. Like, the only thing they care is about, like, money, and like their fame and stuff like that. So, and then at first it gets a little bit confusing, but throughout the episode, everything will come together. Because oh my god, I'm just gonna say it's a little bit messed up, but it's a really good storyline, good animation. It's very worth to watch because a lot of people's been hyping it, but you know what, it's very worth it. So yeah, definitely recommend To Be Hero X. Aside from that, like other animes I watch is probably like the second season or the third season, like Windbreaker, Sakamoto Days, Dandadan, ReZero, Toilet Bound. Toilet Bound, we finally have a second season of Toilet Bound. And like what else that's new? I definitely want to watch Lord of Mysteries. That is another Donghua, which I haven't started, but then thankfully they finally have the dub. I mean, I don't mind watching sub, but sometimes I prefer dub because I'm like doing other things. But anyway, that's all the anime and Donghua that I watch. So let me know what you guys think. Have you watched them? Have you heard of these titles? Because there's just so many anime out there. Like, it's hard to catch up, and there's just a long list. And my husband just watched so many. I am watching the one that he's been watching, but I forgot the name of it. It's not an isekai. He got summoned from another world. They thought that so this kingdom needed someone to become a hero, but then they realized he doesn't really have a power. But then little didn't they know that he actually has power. But anyway, I forgot the name of the title. I'm not sure if I'm gonna continue this anime because sometimes the anime is just very repetitive or it's just not vibing with me. And yeah, anyway, before I get more sidetracked, that is all the anime and Donghua I watch. I really like this anime and Donghua that I watch, and hopefully like they do have second season. The Campfire in Another World has a second season coming out this fall, I believe, but the rest I'm not sure. I think Raven of the Inner Palace has been out since 2022, so it's been already 3 years. So hopefully they'll come out another season because the novel has 7 volumes, so that is based on the novel. They don't have a manga yet, but yeah. Anyway, definitely recommend these titles if you want to see something new and different. But yeah, it's mostly adventure and fantasy because that's the kind of anime I like to watch, but sometimes I do like to venture. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.